Hello, everybody. My name is Aniela, and I'm here today with my research team, Dorin, Faith, and Patricia. Our capstone project is called Melodic Minds, and it explored the relationship between eclectic music taste and open mindedness. So, previous research in the field explored the relationship between musical preferences and personality traits, particularly openness to experience from the Big Five personality model, which is closely linked to open mindedness. Studies indicate that individuals high in openness tend to prefer diverse and complex genres like classical, jazz, and electronic music, while those lower in openness may favor conventional or upbeat genres. Cross cultural differences suggest that these associations vary between Eastern and Western contexts. Some other research highlights that openness correlates with eclectic tastes, although findings are inconsistent, and studies include limitations like self reported biases and situational influences. While prior research has focused on genre specific preferences, our study aimed to examine how open mindedness related to an eclectic music taste, which addressed a gap in the previous literature. Now, let's look at who the participants of our study were. We recruited 79 participants through Instagram. All participants provided consent and were 17 or older. Younger individuals were excluded due to less stable musical preferences, and we did not include an age limit in order to broaden age diversity, which also addressed limitations in previous studies.
Now we can jump into the materials. So musical tastes were assessed using the eclectic music questionnaire, categorizing participants as eclectic or non-eclectic. The questionnaire listed 15 common genres, with participants indicating weekly listening. Open-mindedness was measured via the 13-item actively open-minded thinking scale, a shortened version of Stanovich and Toplak's scale, adapted to a 4-point Likert scale to reduce completion time. The analysis compared the average open-mindedness scores between eclectic and non-eclectic groups. So now looking at the procedure, the study was disseminated to participants using Microsoft Forms available via social media link. Participants were met with a paragraph about consent and the research description. They were informed they could withdraw by closing the tab throughout the survey, but not after the submission due to the anonymous nature. Participants were provided a link to a prize draw, regardless of consent. They were asked if they were 17 or older, and if so, they consented, and they consented. They began the 28-question survey. Submitted anonymous data was saved to Microsoft Forms on the primary investigator's password-protected OneDrive and laptop.
And for the results, we hypothesized a statistically significant relationship between higher open-mindedness scores and eclectic music listeners. Of 79 participants, 32 met non-eclectic criteria, 5 or less genres per week, while 47 were eclectic, 6 or more genres per week. Using the 13-item actively open-minded thinking scale, the total open-mindedness scores were 1,514 for the eclectic group and 1,036 for non-eclectic group. Both groups had identical average scores of 32 when dividing total scores by participant numbers.
Lastly, let's discuss the results. Contrary to hypothesis and prior research, for example, Kopac's 2005, our study found identical open-mindedness scores in both eclectic and non-eclectic groups. While Kopac's found links between personality and specific musical elements using separate assessments, our broader genre approach showed no correlation. Price and colleagues in 2015 state that open-mindedness varies across contexts, making it difficult to measure accurately with standard questionnaires. Limitations include potential bias in the open-mindedness scale due to the questions being overly transparent and general and the lenient eclectic criteria. These null results still advance our understanding of music personality relationships, suggesting the need for updated measures and alternative research directions. Thank you for listening and allowing us to present our research.